Well, Bennett Kessler filed this story, noting that perhaps the largest construction project ever in Inyo County has reached completion. Northern Inyo Hospital will celebrate a grand opening of its new facility on Sunday. Now, officials and the media were expected to tour the completed new hospital on Friday, with that public celebration set for Sunday. The state of California had issued a certificate of occupancy in April, and now officials await the official license from the state, and that's when the patient services can begin. Now, after the grand opening, staff will begin to move in some equipment and furniture. Now, the completion of this major facility comes after 2 years of construction and millions of dollars invested, including money from a bond measure supported by hospital district voters. Hospital Administrator John Halfin had earlier estimated that the cost of the project exceeds $60 million. Now, the new building includes 25 private patient rooms with scenic views, operating rooms, an emergency room, recovery room, and other services. The design is modern and spacious, with a high ceiling lobby and outside garden for family of patients to enjoy. Now, while the Sunday celebration marks a major community accomplishment, actual use of the new hospital will likely come later this summer when the state issues that final license. A blessing and prayer dedication is scheduled to begin at 1 o'clock this Sunday afternoon, followed by a welcoming speech and flag raising ceremony. Cake cutting and refreshments are set for 1:30 p.m. with local favorite musicians String Theory playing. Community tours in English and Spanish will be held, and the Northern Inyo Hospital Auxiliary will provide hospitality services in the lobby. This should be a great day Sunday, celebrating the new Northern Inyo Hospital building. Well, the Mammoth Lakes Police Department has identified a suspect in 4 commercial burglaries in Mammoth Lakes. 4 businesses were struck by a burglar overnight, Sunday, June 24th into the morning, June 25th. Shots Bakery, Nick and Willie's, the Dollar Store, and Rafters all suffered losses, according to a press release from the Mammoth Lakes Police Department. Now, 3 of the 4 businesses had surveillance cameras, and the suspect dropped his cell phone at one of the businesses. Now, that press release states that the Mammoth Lakes Police Department has identified the suspect as Cameron Jeffrey Puckett, age 27, who is listed as a transient. Puckett is described as 6 feet 1 inches tall, 180 pounds, with brown hair in a buzz cut. He is currently on parole. Anyone with information on the whereabouts of Puckett should contact the Mammoth Lakes Police Department at 760-934-2011. Well, some incorrect information was recently released saying the Mammoth Lakes Police Department will be losing 2 sworn police officer positions as a result of the budget that was approved by the Mammoth Lakes Town Council on June 20th. Now, according to a press release from Mammoth Lakes Police Chief Dan Watson, that is incorrect. The police department will be losing 1 officer, not 2. Now, the incorrect information was based on an attachment to the agenda bill presented to the council. The attachment was prepared when it appeared that there would be 2 positions cut, and it showed the impacts of those cuts and a 46% reduction in the police department overtime budget. Now, since that report was prepared, the Police Officers Association has agreed to additional concessions totaling more than 16%. As a result, the Mammoth Lakes Police Department will be losing only 1 police officer position, and this will result in the elimination of the traffic enforcement officer. It is unknown at this time whether the school resource officer will continue or will be reassigned to patrol duties in an effort to reduce overtime. A decision on whether the school resource officer can be retained will be made within the next few days, according to that press release. Chief Dan Watson said, quote, "I appreciate that the members of the Police Officers Association respect and understand the very difficult position the town is facing with its budget and are willing to be, again, part of the solution. Once again, they have stepped up and voluntarily agreed to substantial concessions to help the council balance the budget," end quote. Now, the elimination of the police officer position means that the least senior officer will be laid off. That officer will be offered a position as a reserve police officer, and as soon as a vacancy occurs, he will be offered a full-time position. This may occur in the near future, since at least 1 officer is processing as a lateral transfer to another police department. Now, the substantial reduction in the overtime budget means that some difficult decisions had to be made, including the elimination of discretionary programs, according to that press release. The town can no longer afford to provide additional police presence at special events without being reimbursed by the promoters of those events. Letters have gone out to the event organizers informing them of this change. So, with that, I think it's nice to note that the Mammoth Lakes Police Officers Association has teamed with the Mammoth Lakes Women's Club to sponsor a Tip a Cop dinner, and that will be taking place at Rafters Restaurant coming up on Monday, July 2nd. The fun begins at 5 p.m. with a 3-course dinner. The cost is just $35 with tips and 10% of the evening sales, benefiting the Women's Club and the Mammoth Youth Football Program. Dinner reservations are recommended. You can call Rafters for that at 760-934-9431. And for more information on the Tip a Cop, contact 760-914-2575. And just rolling right along with the Mammoth Lakes Police Department, actually now recruiting qualified individuals interested in serving their community as reserve police officers. Now, this recruitment effort coincides with a Level 3 Reserve Academy being presented by Saracoso College this fall. Now, the Basic Peace Officer Level 3 Academy will be offered through the Administration of Justice program at the Saracoso College Bishop campus. The academy will be held every Tuesday and Thursday from 6 until 10 p.m. starting August 28th and finishing November 15th. Tuition, $230. Anyone interested in applying for a position as a reserve police officer with the Mammoth Lakes Police Department should contact Sergeant Mark Moskowitz at the PD, 760-934-2011. And if you're interested in obtaining more information about the Reserve Academy, check out the Saracoso website, saracoso.edu, or contact the Bishop campus at 760-872-1565. We'll be back with a weather report.